Good morning, children. Welcome back to our science class. How are you all doing? I hope everybody is good. Yes, children, in our last class, we started with a new lesson. Do you remember which lesson it is? Yes, lesson 1 from our term 1B textbook, Adaptations, How Animals Survive. So, in the very beginning, we saw about habitat, then we saw about different types of animals, that is terrestrial, aquatic, then amphibians, arboreal animals and aerial animals. Then we saw about what is adaptation and we saw about the adaptation in terrestrial animals. Shall we move on with the next topic? Yes, today we are going to see adaptation in aquatic animals. Can anybody say what are aquatic animals? Yes, animals that live in water are called aquatic animals. You know some examples also. Yes, fishes. They are aquatic animals. Let us see how these aquatic animals adapt to their surroundings. See, fins or limbs of the fishes help them to survive and swim in water. The fishes have the fins and the turtles have flippers, and the webbed feet of the swans help them to move in water. And their body is also very specially shaped. That special shaped body also will help them to move in water. Now can you tell me how they will breathe? Yes, fishes and crabs, they will be breathing through gills. Yes, fishes and crabs will be breathing through gills. But some special case is there. What about whales and dolphins? Yes, whales and dolphins, they will breathe through their lungs. So that is the adaptation of what type of animals? Aquatic animals. Now let us see the adaptations in amphibians. What are amphibians? Amphibians are animals that can live both in water and on land. Can you give some examples? Yes, our frogs. Frogs, salamanders, toads, etc. are amphibians. Now children, do you know how they adapt? These frogs, then salamanders have moist skin that will help them to breathe in water. So this moist skin will help them to breathe when they are in water. And when they are on land, what is happening? They have lungs. The lungs help them to breathe on land. Now these frogs, you might have seen, they are having webbed feet. Their feet is having a special feature. It will be like a web. This webbed feet will help them to move on land. Webbed feet will help them to move on land. And the back legs of these frogs are more strong than the front legs, so that they can very easily move on land. So that is the adaptation of amphibians. Clear about the adaptation of amphibians? Yes. Now next is the adaptations in arboreal animals. Can you tell me what are arboreal animals? Yes, the animals that spend most of the time on trees are called as arboreal animals. Give some examples. Yes, monkeys, gibbons, koala bear, all these are examples of arboreal animals. How these animals are adapting themselves, you know? Yes, they have strong arms, legs and tails that will help them to climb on trees. They have to climb on trees. So what is helping them? Yes, their strong arms, legs and tails are helping them to climb on trees. Also, they have sharp claws and broad hip which will help them, which will act as a support while they are climbing on trees. So what is helping these monkeys, gibbons and koala bear? Their strong arm, legs and tails. So with these they are able to climb and they are able to hang on the trees. You have seen monkeys hanging with their tails from the trees. Yes, that is about the adaptation of arboreal animals. Now let us see the adaptation in aerial animals. What are aerial animals? Yes, the animals that spend most of the time in air are called as aerial animals. Yes, definitely our birds, isn't it? How these birds are able to fly? You know, yes, it is the wings which help the birds to fly. And also they have bones which are hollow. What do you mean by hollow? Vacant space is there in between. So their bones are hollow and that make their body very light so that they can fly. And also we have seen that the shape of the birds are boat in shaped. Yes, the boat shaped bodies also help them to fly. So what are the special features they have? They have wings to fly, and the next point is their bones are hollow so that it make their body very light. Then their body is what shaped? Yes, it is boat shaped, which make them able to fly. So that is the adaptation in aerial animals. So we saw which all adaptation? We saw in the previous class adaptation about terrestrial animals. Today we saw adaptation of amphibians, aquatic animals, arboreal animals and aerial animals. Okay.
Did you see this polar bear and frogs? What they are doing? They are in deep sleep. The deep sleep of some animals like polar bears, frogs, lizards, etc. during winter is called winter sleep or hibernation. During summertime, what they will do? They will eat lot of food. And in winter, they become very inactive and go into deep sleep. This deep winter sleep is called hibernation. So that is the adaptation in behavior. First one, that is hibernation. Okay, children, did you see the snake? What it is doing? Yes, it is in a long sleep. Some animals in deserts, like snakes, take a long sleep during hot summer months. This summer sleep is called estivation. So that is the next adaptation in behavior that is called as estivation. The summer sleep. It is called estivation. Children, just see this picture. These are Siberian cranes. Birds like Siberian cranes living in extremely cold places in Siberia cannot survive in cold winter. So what they will do? They will leave their homes in winter and will be flying thousands of kilometers to warmer places in search of food and shelter. And after some days, they go back to their native places when winter is over. Similarly, some other animals also will be regularly moving from one place to another. The regular mass movement of animals from certain regions is known as migration. That is the third adaptation in behavior which we are studying. The regular mass movement of animals from certain regions is known as migration. Humpbacked whales which are in the polar regions also will move to tropical oceans when winter comes. So you understood about migration.
So children, in our today's class, we saw about adaptation in different animals. Then we saw about adaptation in behavior. What are the three things we saw? We saw about hibernation, estivation, and the last one, what is it? Yes, can you tell me? Yes, migration. About the Siberian cranes we told. Okay, we will meet in the next class. Before that, let me give you an activity. Yes, you have to take our textbook. Take page number 66. From page number 66 to 68, you have to read it 3 times and get sign from your parent. Okay, we will meet in the next class with the continuation of this lesson. Thank you.